You've been lied to. You think silence makes you powerful. You think disappearing will make them miss you, regret losing you, and come crawling back. But here's the truth, it doesn't. It never has. Because silence doesn't confuse them, it reassures them. They're not sitting there tormented. They're sitting there comfortable, untouched, unbothered. Why? Because they know exactly why you're silent. Pause. And that silence? It's not hurting them. It's destroying you. Today, I'm going to show you why silence is a lie and what to do instead. Something so powerful they'll never see it coming. 1. The illusion of power. Silence doesn't work. You've been told that going silent is the ultimate move. That pulling back, disappearing, and cutting off communication will make them realize what they lost. You imagine them staring at their phone, tormented by your absence, filled with regret. But here's the brutal truth. They're not. Your silence isn't confusing them. It's exactly what they expected. You think you're playing chess, but they've already memorized every move you'll make. Silence doesn't punish them because it's predictable. And what happens when you're predictable? You become powerless. While you're drowning in thoughts, imaginary conversations, desperate hopes, they're living free, untethered. Your silence is their comfort, not their punishment. They know you still care. That's why silence is weak. It's a game they've played before, and they've already won. 2. Silence builds their throne. Imagine this. Every second you stay quiet, every time you pull back and disappear, you're not taking power away, you're building it. You're building their throne. Picture them sitting there, untouchable, while you're below, lost in your mind, replaying old scenes. You think, this silence will make them miss me. But in reality, your silence is their reward. They've got everything they want. Your attention, your obsession, your pain. They know you're still there, still emotionally hooked, still waiting for them to notice. And while you're sitting in silence, they're not feeling the absence. They're feeling free. The longer you stay silent, the higher their throne gets. You're suffocating, and they're breathing in the space you left behind. 3. The real truth. Silence isn't freedom. Here's the truth no one wants to tell you. Silence isn't freedom unless it comes from indifference. You think staying quiet keeps you safe, that it makes you look strong. But silence without truth is a cage. It traps you in unspoken pain, unresolved emotions, and unanswered questions. Every word you don't say becomes a weight on your chest. Every hope that they'll notice keeps you stuck in their game. Silence is only freedom when you've stopped caring. When you no longer need them to miss you, to validate you, to regret losing you. Until then, your silence isn't a punishment, it's self-inflicted suffering. So, what's the solution? What's stronger than silence? 4. Speak the unapologetic truth. The answer is truth. Cold. Unapologetic. Unshakable. Not an emotional outburst. Not a dramatic speech. Just the simple, powerful truth that they can't ignore. I don't care anymore. The moment you own your truth, you stop playing their game. You stop being predictable. You become untouchable because they can't manipulate what they can't read. Let me ask you this. What if, instead of staying silent and waiting, you finally said what needed to be said? What if you looked them in the eye, or even wrote it out, and said, I see through you now. I don't need you. Your power over me is gone. This isn't about them. It's about you. It's about reclaiming your voice, your dignity, and your life. Because when you speak your truth, you end the game on your terms. 5. Why their apology won't fix you. I know what you're thinking, but what if they come back? What if they finally apologize? Here's the harsh truth. Their apology isn't closure. It's a trap. They'll say all the right things. I'm sorry, I didn't know I hurt you. I miss you. I've changed. But it's a script. They've rehearsed it 100 times. Think back to the last time they apologized. Did they change? Or did they go right back to the same toxic behavior? Their apology isn't about healing you, it's about controlling you. It's about keeping you emotionally hooked so they can reset the game. Stop waiting for their words to fix you. You don't need their closure. You need your own permission to move forward. 6. Rise beyond their reach. Let me tell you what they can't handle: your indifference. They can handle your silence because they know it means you still care. They can handle your anger because it still revolves around them. But when you stop caring, when you stop waiting, when you start thriving without them, that's the one thing they can't handle. Because people like them live for control. They want to believe they left a mark on you. So prove them wrong. Rise beyond their reach. Become someone they can't play with anymore. The moment they see you happy, successful, and unbothered, they'll realize they never had the power they thought they did. 7. Final act. End the game. Here's what I want you to do. Stop being silent for someone who doesn't care. Stop waiting for their apology. Stop hoping they'll change. Stop replaying the past. Say this out loud: I am unstoppable. Write it down. Declare it. Own it. Burn the bridge with truth, not silence. Speak your piece, then walk away. Let them wonder what happened when the person they thought they could break finally rose higher than they ever imagined. And this time, don't look back. Now we are about to end the video. Now it is time to change your life. Write down a comment and say that you want to change your life, no matter how difficult it is to change. I will read each of your comment and feature one of the best comment in our channel.